All right, we are back. Good to be back. Two guys talking 24. I'm Kevin.
I'm Bill.
And this one was a little delayed. We have some crazy stuff going on in our lives this week, so this one is up later. So those of you that have been watching the show, you've had more time to really think about what we're gonna say. Because I don't know about you, Bill, but when we do this, I mean, when we talk, it's like magic. I mean, it's like maybe that's not the word.
Magic's a good word.
Magic is it's like we really know what we're talking about.
Well, I freely admit that I don't know, but I can fake it pretty well. I freely admit to both things.
That's what we ought to recall it. Two guys faking it pretty well.
That's it.
Okay,
fake
so
it till you make it, baby. Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. And by the way, just in case anybody's keeping a score at home and they're not, I wanted to wear a hat. I'm sorry. We got it. Okay. Bill and I had this conversation before. I called it a hat. You called me out. You said it's a cap.
I think it's a cap.
Thinks it's a cap. So if you guys want to let me know if it's a hat or a cap, either way, I wanted to be like Bill. Now his is a lot more. It's actually a little more cooler, more patriotic. But mine says, can you see it? Outer Banks.
Yep. Well, hey man, that's America right there in it. LBX.
That's on that Outer Banks burger.
Oscar Bravo X-ray.
But I kind of, and I couldn't do the 24 thing today. It's too hot. But I did the hat cap. There should be some hybrid word.
Cat.
Because I can't stand cats.
Cap.
So, all right, we covered 24 Legacy this week was on hour 7 to 8.
Yep.
But
2/3 of the way through.
Yes, and it really felt like it was just two things going on this time. It was the flash drive drama, and it was the is Henry gonna survive drama. I mean, I've kind of summed it up, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So let me just cut to the chase. I went back this week. I didn't think it was a strong episode at all. I thought it was okay. I thought there were some moments in there. It's like, okay, really? I've seen this. I've heard this.
Setting up the third act, though. They're setting up the third act.
It is. And for anybody watching this that has not watched 24 before, especially when it was in 24 episodes, they readily admit they did 3 arcs. And if you ever go back and watch it, you can tell what it'd be between 7 and 8 hour, and then whatever the other one is based on the math.
15, 16.
Yeah, and that's when Fox would plot it that way. Well, this one has been done that way too. You've got the 4-4-4. So you saw the shift with Nasrir. No, what's the guy that the secret guy that got introduced?
Nasiri. Yeah. Now, where did he come from?
What? Yeah. So I look at my wife and I'm like,
again, going, would you please explain this to me? Who is this? Where did he come from? Are we supposed to know this guy? I've seen him on NCIS, and he was in, I think, one of the Mummy movies.
One of the Mummy movies, which I think they were all called The Mummy.
Yeah,
so that didn't narrow it down too much. It was about one of the movies with a mummy.
Yeah.
See, here's what's bad is I look at my wife and I'm like, have we seen him before? Do we know him? It's like he just walks in and he's like, hey, come on, Carter, shut up. And then he walks off. Did you hear him say that to Carter, by the way?
Yes, I did.
Because he kind of whispered.
That I heard, but it was more of a masculine whisper. So Rebecca, still, I'm lost.
Ugh.
There's a lot of whispering going on. There's still whispering going on back at CTU.
He's fine. Okay, well, first of all, Keith, dude, grow a spine. I looked at my wife and I said, Bill Buchanan wouldn't have given him over. He'd have been like, I'm not going to do that. I mean, Jack.
He's also kind of a bad actor, I think.
Yeah, it's like it's like you've got the B team on 2 levels back at CTU.
Yeah.
Actors and just the whole storyline.
Right.
But I kind of like the way it played out a little with Andy and Carter. The fact that they didn't really trust him, they gave him the fake drive just to and then drives the knife into his leg.
Drives the knife into his leg, and he starts whining and crying. What a wimp. puts this Rambo knife through his thigh, and he starts whimpering and caves. Come on.
Well, but he is not. He is just not a field guy at all. But
hey, not a field guy. They could say to me, "See this? Yes, I do." And here's what you want to know.
Hand me my laptop. I'm in.
Yeah.
Well, here's the. I remember saying to Lisa that this is why I really miss the Jack Bauer character, because I mean, I get they've got to make the distinction, like, you know, that Eric Carter isn't the seasoned veteran and he doesn't know the field, but it's like he's so rushing in, it never dawns on him that they might actually have a trick up their sleeves to trick you. So he hasn't even thought about that. And there's part of it I like, and then there's part of it that's kind of I don't know, you know, and that's why if I don't know if there's going to be more 24 Legacy, but it'll be interesting if they continue this character. I think he's got to evolve at some point, because now it's just kind of like, oh, doop, well, got us in that mess again. And he's got a knife in his leg.
That was really cool. And you know, I liked when they went back to and I know we'll talk about the Gerald McCraney part in his interrogation, when he starts talking to Leather Britches. Tony's girlfriend talking to Leather Britches, and yeah, this, you know, what do you think you are? And I'm going to just say, and I was waiting for her to just take a step back and go, "You're not the boss of me."
Just do the whole, yeah.
Does that look good?
Yeah.
You're not the boss of me.
Yeah,
but he didn't. He didn't.
It's a little unnerving that you can do that so well.
I've practiced for years, believe me.
You were doing that before that was cool.
Oh, I've been doing that pre-Oprah.
Yeah, so the whole flash drive thing, I thought that was interesting. Okay, they're going to bomb it. Boy, that kind of turned out to be pretty good. And in fact, again, my wife, who I think we need to have our wives on here, she says, "Oh, so basically now everybody's out of the building," which almost didn't it look like that? Like by the time everybody had gotten out, it's like, well, we just blew up an empty building. We got him.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, look, there's a guest star. There she goes in the back. That's okay. Yeah. That was Jenna. So let's go to the whole interrogation thing.
Yep.
Here's the thing. So that's a two-way mirror, right?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember, but did Henry know Rebecca was behind this? He didn't see Rebecca, did he?
No, I don't think so.
So he only saw Leather Britches and Tony come in.
Yep.
So he doesn't know Rebecca's back there. So every time John, his son, is, "I gotta go in there, I'm gonna stop this," I'm like, dude, you're gonna completely blow the whole thing. Right now, you have absolutely no connection to this at all. So I don't know. I mean, did you think, though, for a second he was gonna... And then there goes the dog. This is like a thoroughfare now.
It's okay. And my wife may be coming in from having her nails done any moment now.
That's fine. She'll walk in like this.
Yeah. Oh, they're lovely.
Don't touch me.
Well, that's usual. So, did I think that Gerald McCraney that he was going to die like Dick?
Yeah.
Marianne did. She said he's just going to have a heart attack and keel over.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know that they can. I don't know if they can end it like that with him. And then in the previews, we see him pretty much say, "They'll never tie me to the whatever." So he is in the previews. Looks like he's admitting it to his son.
Yeah.
Right. That whole thing with the Tony and the Leather Britches and Gerald McCraney. You know what my big draw from that was? It really was bugging me. I really think Tony is wearing a hairpiece.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I'm going to Google that for next week. You know, is Carlos Bernhard?
The hairline is just so tight and so thick, and he's, not too many guys getting up there. Once you're in your 40s or whatever, in a little upper 40s, if you've got a thick head of hair like that, something's going on.
Well, he has been in prison.
Well, he had been in prison. You're right. And all that time out in the yard pumping iron probably kept that testosterone going. Out in the yard where they make our criminals bigger and stronger for when they get out.
And then we let them out to go interrogate people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, you and I have talked about this. I think the strongest part of the show has become Gerald McCraney and Jimmy Smits.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost kind of like, when you could see and feel just the angst in him, it's like, yes, I know he's betrayed the country, he sold it out, but he's still my dad.
Yeah.
And you could just feel that when he's like, his head is like on the wall, and he's like,
I totally buy into them.
Yeah.
Totally buy into them. Great line, and Marianne really pointed it out and made me run it back so I understood everything. When Eric was talking to Jadella, and he just said something about, if there's anything on your side, it sure isn't God.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. And then he says, we'll see.
Yeah.
Something walks away. But that was a really good line there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Isaac and the gang go all SEAL Team 6 on everybody.
So that now is really starting to annoy me. I'm going to call my gang. We're going to roll in on him. And then he's like just walking by, just shooting, just like just another day in the park.
Well, maybe it is.
It's a different park. I haven't been to that park.
You don't want to go to that park.
Yeah, that was, again, I get this is a TV show, and I get you've got to have those moments of drama. But let me just say that it should be easier to take these terrorists down because, one, within just a few minutes, this gang could find them like that, based on what I'm not sure, because otherwise
they shot and wounded.
Well, that's right.
The bad guys, and Isaac kind of.
Yeah. But they knew exactly which door to drive in. They'd be right there. They're just shooting there. They could have killed everybody. They could have killed Carter. They could have killed everybody. And then the airstrike. I'm like, wow. And nobody once said, this is like in a downtown area. No, just take them out. Just take them out. Boom.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I'm hoping for next week, based on the previews, there should be a whole lot more Jimmy Smits and Gerald McCraney.
Yeah.
That'll be a highlight, and that'll be setting the third stage.
And it looks like Jadala is not dead. They've brought him in, and they're going to interrogate him. But, so you watched the previews, right?
Yep.
So it looks like CTU is in trouble.
Of course.
Man, we have never seen that before. So any of you newbies...
Impenetrable.
Yeah. Any of you newbies to 24, just know that every season something happens to 24. It's kind of like the red shirts of Star Trek.
Yeah.
When the guy beams down the planet, he's got the red shirt, he's the first to die. When somebody goes, take him back to CTU, we're going to question him.
He's done.
He's done. They'll overthrow it. It's been blown up, EMP, gassed, shut down.
Yeah. But the actor who plays, in fact, I saw in the credits, is it Oded Fair or whatever, something like that is the guy's name. The actor who plays this Nasiri character. When I saw it in the opening credits, I went, oh, we know him. He's been in NCIS, and he's been in, I think he was in the Mummy movies, and he was, and so there he was. But I was like, well, there he is. That's the guy. But who is he, and why is he there?
So do you have any theories?
Producing a whole new character with only the last third of the show left.
Well, and he's like, well, you know what he can do. I mean, so is what can he do? I mean, they obviously didn't know he was here. They didn't know he was part of this, but Jadella did. So, I mean, is he like ultra bad? Is he like the bad guy in the first season? I've gone blank on his name. Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper. Yeah, what was that guy's name?
Victor.
Yeah. Drazen.
Yes.
Victor Drazen.
And so is this like the big, I mean, it's got to be the big baddie, but, you've got 14 sleeper cells that still haven't been activated, but now you're more worried about this guy. And Eric knows him, and he knows Eric. And evidently CTU knows him, because doesn't Eric look at Locke and go, you know who's here. You know what he can do. So this guy is known. It's just going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I hope it doesn't go too far off in the weeds.
I don't know. There's only 4 hours to go. So they can go in the weeds for a while. I'm with them for the long haul.
Right.
But just look forward to more Gerald McCraney and Jimmy Smith.
Absolutely. By far the best part of the show. I don't know if they spin it off and, they go on a road trip and solve crimes or...
I don't know. So those two and Leather Britches are the highlight of the show so far.
It could be called Me, Bad Dad, and Leather Britches. Sounds more like a CW show than a Fox show. And I can say that now.
Yes, you can.
All right, listen, thank you for watching. Thanks for listening to our ramblings. We'd love to hear what you think, any theories, anything you've got, and also whether you think this is a cap or a hat.
Hat.
I'm good either way because it looks good. Fair enough, right?
Yeah.
You can connect with us on Twitter. I'm at Kevin Kolbe Dude.
And I'm BJordan1015.
And also the podcast. We'll do the shout out for the podcast.
I got a little podcast. What's it called? Oh, Living Life with the microphone on. And until you can subscribe, I don't think they've got it set up so you can subscribe, but you can go to the WRAL-FM.com website, and up at the top you'll see features. Click on that, and you'll see Bill Jordan Podcast.
Very nice.
Just little observations on life and,
stuff
what I used to talk about on the air, really just stuff that happens when you're out and about at the grocery store.
It's good stuff. And you can find out more of my stuff on faceuporiginal.com. Go
Excellent
to YouTube.
Videos. Excellent videos.
Well, thank you. And you have to go to YouTube right now and search faceuporiginal.com, trying to get to that magic sub number so I can change the name. So if you're watching this, you want to subscribe. I'd appreciate it. All right, so till next week. The next one will come up faster.
Yes.
Because we're going to try and do these on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, no later. So till next time, I'm K2. Peace out.
I'm Bill. Next time.